Good morning, everyone. Today, I want to talk about something that has the power to completely transform your life. Something that can take you from where you are to where you've always dreamed to be. It's not magic. It's not luck. It's not talent. It's something far more powerful. It's called the power of never giving up. You see, life has a way of testing you. It doesn't ask you if you're ready. It doesn't warn you before it throws challenges your way. It simply arrives unannounced with pain, failure, and struggle. And in those moments, when things fall apart, when your plans don't work, when your heart is heavy and your hope feels small, that's when the real test begins. Because in those moments, you have two choices. Either you give up, or you keep going, and the choice you make in that moment determines who you become. You see, the truth about life is simple. It will never be easy. The people who achieve great things aren't born lucky. They're born ordinary, just like you and me. But what makes them extraordinary is their refusal to quit when things get hard. They understand one thing: pain is temporary, but quitting lasts forever. Every dream, no matter how beautiful, comes with a price. You will fail. You will be rejected. You will be ignored, doubted, and maybe even laughed at. But every single no, every single setback is a step forward. If you don't give up, there's no success story without struggle. Every hero you admire, every icon you look up to, every champion you celebrate, they all started with nothing but a dream, a little hope, and a heart that refused to stop. Think about it. Michael Jordan, the man known as the greatest basketball player of all time, was once told he wasn't good enough for his school team. He could have stopped right there. He could have believed his coach and lived an ordinary life. But he didn't. He went home, cried, and then made a promise to himself. I will work so hard that no one will ever doubt me again. He practiced harder than anyone else, trained longer, failed more times than anyone would believe. But each time he fell, he got back up, stronger, sharper, hungrier. And years later, the world called him the greatest of all time. He once said, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times, I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life. And that is why I succeed." You see, success doesn't happen despite failure. It happens because of failure. The people who never fail are the people who never try. Let me tell you another story. There was a man named Thomas Edison. He was obsessed with creating something that could light up the world. But he failed. Not once, not twice. He failed over 1,000 times. Reporters laughed at him. People said, "Why don't you just stop? You've failed so many times." And Edison smiled and said, "I didn't fail 1,000 times. The light bulb was an invention with 1,000 steps." That's the kind of mindset that changes the world. Because the truth is, life will knock you down. It will test your patience. It will break your heart. But the people who keep getting up after every fall, they are the ones who rise to greatness. Sometimes it's not about how smart you are or how talented you are. It's about how stubborn you are when life says no. You see, most people give up too soon. They give up after one failure, one rejection, one disappointment. They think success should come quickly, but success never comes fast. It comes slowly, quietly, painfully. It comes to those who are patient enough to wait, strong enough to endure, and brave enough to keep believing when no one else does. If you ever feel like giving up, remember why you started. Remember the fire you felt in your heart when you first dreamed of something bigger. Remember the people who said you couldn't do it, and let their doubt fuel your determination. Because every time you refuse to quit, you become stronger. Every time you fight back, you grow. Every time you take one more step, even when it hurts, you move closer to your dream. And someday, you'll look back at your journey and realize it was never the wins that made you who you are. It was the struggles, the nights you didn't sleep, the times you kept going when everything inside you said stop. That's what builds greatness. When you keep showing up, even when no one's watching, even when it's not easy, even when you're tired, that's when you're becoming unstoppable. There's a saying, a river cuts through rock not because of its power, but because of its persistence. And you, my friend, are that river. Your power isn't in how hard you can hit once, it's in how long you can keep moving forward, no matter what's in your way. Let's talk about another person, Steve Jobs. Before Apple became the company that changed the world, Jobs was fired from his own company. Imagine that. being thrown out of the company you created. He could have quit. He could have walked away, but he didn't. He started again. He built something new, learned more, worked harder, and one day he came back stronger than ever. He once said, "Sometimes life hits you in the head with a brick." Don't lose faith. Faith, that's another key. Faith in yourself when no one believes in you. Faith that your hard work will pay off someday. Faith that the pain you're going through now is shaping the person you're meant to become. There will be times when you'll be alone. Times when no one will understand your vision. Times when you'll feel like the whole world is against you. And that's when you must keep going the most. Because remember, diamonds are made under pressure. Your struggle is not there to destroy you. It's there to define you. The problem is, people look for motivation. They say, "I need to feel motivated." But motivation is temporary. Motivation is like a spark. It lights up for a moment and disappears. What you really need is discipline. Discipline is when you keep going, even when you don't feel like it. Discipline is when you get up early, even when you're tired. Discipline is when you keep pushing forward, even when no one claps for you. Discipline is what builds empires. And if you can develop that, if you can keep going no matter how you feel, you can achieve anything. Remember, success doesn't come overnight. It comes after years of consistency, dedication, and belief. Every great story takes time. If J.K. Rowling had stopped after her 12th rejection, the world would never have known Harry Potter. If Walt Disney had stopped after being fired for lacking creativity, there would be no Disneyland. If Colonel Sanders had given up after being rejected 1,009 times, there would be no KFC. You see, failure only exists when you stop trying. So if you're still trying, you haven't failed yet. Don't rush the process. Great things take time. Be patient. Keep learning. Keep improving. Keep believing. And most importantly, keep going. Because one day when you look back, you'll realize something beautiful. The struggle was the best part. The struggle made you humble. The struggle made you wise. The struggle made you strong. You'll realize that every time you thought you were being buried, you were actually being planted, and one day, you'll bloom bigger and brighter than you ever imagined. You'll stand on that stage, or walk into that office, or hold that trophy, or open that business, or achieve that dream. And in that moment, you'll remember every single time you almost gave up, but didn't, and you'll smile because you'll know this is what it was all for. Never forget, every failure is a lesson. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. And every ending is just the beginning of something greater. So no matter how hard it gets, no matter how long it takes, no matter how many times you fall, don't quit. Rest if you must, but don't stop. Cry if you must, but don't surrender. Doubt if you must, but don't lose faith. Because as long as you keep moving forward, success will find its way to you. One day, the people who doubted you will tell your story. One day, the same doors that were closed will open wide. One day, the same pain that broke you will become your greatest strength. And on that day, you'll realize the secret to life was never about winning quickly. It was about never giving up. That's the real victory. So promise yourself right now, no matter what happens in life, you will never give up on your dreams. You will never give up on yourself. You will keep going, keep fighting, keep believing, even if you have to walk alone. Because the moment you refuse to quit is the moment your life begins to change. That is the true power of never giving up. Thank you.